Well, hello there, and it is Auntie, and I am here to do my review on Wife Swap on Paramount TV, Season 1, Episode 1, The Brenners and the Mcmillians. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with your auntie for the long haul, thank you all so much. Y'all, let me tell y'all, if y'all are not looking at the new Wife Swap, you need to be. Hunty, it was all that and a couple of bags of potato chips. Do you hear me? Wife Swap used to come on a regular basis, and then it went off the air. And so I guess Paramount TV has picked it back up. Or Paramount Network has picked it back up. I hate this white showing like this. And it is so worth the look. All right, so I'm going to go ahead on and get started with this. Even if you don't watch the show, stay for the damn review, okay? So look, we got, you know, when you have Wife Swap, and for all of you all who've never seen the show, when you have Wife Swap, you swap families. And usually, you know, the wives leave the home and then they go into another home. Well, it was a little different with this particular episode. So what had happened was they introduced the family. So we got the Mcmillian family, and they are a husband and wife team, and they have 3 children. No, I'm sorry, they have 2 little children, okay? The husband used to be a school teacher and a coach, and his wife decided she didn't want to stay home anymore, so she went to start teaching school, and he stayed home as the house dad, okay? Now, over in the Brenner family, we have the typical American family. They have 3 children. The husband is going out to work. He is, I believe, some type of executive or whatever, and he has his wife, Virginia, okay? His name is Dwight. The other one is Bo and Christy McMillan, okay? Now, they got, in the Brenner household, the mom is in charge of everything. She tells you flat out she's in charge of everything. She's a perfectionist. Everything has to be perfect for her. She doesn't give a rat's behind about anything else but perfection. She treats her children, she says that her friends said that all her children act like they're like 40 years old, and she is absolutely proud of that. Every time you see her, she has that perfect, you know, she's like a stepper wife, and everything just has to be perfect for her. You know, she has 3 perfect children. She homeschools them. She, you know, has them eating all healthy food. She makes all these little concoctions of flaxseed oil and all the little things that they say are so healthy. Her children are like little robots. They have no fun in their house, and they don't have any type of entertainment as far as PlayStation or video games or anything like that. If y'all hearing that beeping, that's my oven telling me that my garlic bread is ready, but I'll get to it. So, and they swap with the Mcmillians, okay? So basically, they have 2 off the hook, no home training ass little kids. No damn home training. When I say 0 home training, I mean 0 home training. These 2 little mofos are disrespectful. They have smart ass mouths. They don't do chores in the house. They flip all over stuff. The father says he loves confusion. When the mother comes home from work, she said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm a school teacher. I've dealt with other people's children, and I damn sure don't want to deal with my own. And so in the Brenner household, the dad is that way. He's working all the time. He's always out of the office. I mean, out of the home. And she said she don't have no problem with it. She really prefers it that way. So you can tell that these mofos are basically having some serious marital problems. Okay. right? So basically now it's the day for the swap, and they got to swap. So what ends up happening is that the husband swaps with the wife. Yes, you heard it. Two men living in a household, because he is the stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad mom. And so he has to go over and stay with Mr. Brenner. Mr. Mcmillian stays with Mr. Brennan as his wife, okay? And Virginia goes over and stays with Christine, okay, because she is the mother of the home. When they get to the home, they have all these rules on there of how they run their household. The mama, you know, Mama Virginia, she does everything in her household, all the chores, the homeschooling of the kids. She's a perfectionist. She, you know, makes all these milkshakes and healthy eating and all of that kind of stuff. Basically, she's growing her own grass and all of that. I mean, like, she does everything in her household, and that's how she prefers it. Her husband is out of the home. He doesn't deal with the kids, anything like that. So, you know, when Bo gets to the damn house and he started reading them rules, Bo said, hold that. Bo was like, you know, this woman does all of this stuff. There's no way in the world. Plus, she's got 10 puppies that she is taking care of. I don't know if they running a puppy, you know. I don't know what they running. But anyway, she has 10 puppies that he has to take care of. Now, this is the man who runs his household like the zoo. You understand what I'm saying? Kids all over the place acting a straight ass, all right? And so he's over there. Now, when she gets to the Mcmillian house, she finds out that, you know, basically she's got to take care of his wife. Okay, there is no husband in the home for her to take care of. And because the wife is the breadwinner, she's the one that's outside of the home. Oh my God. So she starts reading about how the kids eat chicken nuggets and all of that kind of stuff. And so, you know, she's smiling and everything, you know, because she's going to change a bitch's life. All right. You know, she thinks she gonna change somebody's damn life. Boo, you ain't changing nobody's life. All right, these mofos is crazy as hell, and that's what it is. Okay, so today they sit down, they read the rules and all of that kind of stuff of what they got to do up in this mofo house. And then after they read the rules, you know, the family come in. So the Brenners come in too, you know, their 3 little children, all poised and everything with their dad, you know, because they're the typical American family and everything. You know, everything looks good on the outside, but stuff is just blowing the hell up on the inside. And so they come in and they see Boaz sitting there, you know. So Bo like, what's up? You know, he one of them free-loving, you know, type of guys, you know what I'm saying? Everything funnel cakes and french fries for his ass, all right? So they coming in and everything, and, you know, they all staunch and everything. And, then, you know, they meet him in a very respectable, perfect way. Bo like, oh, hell. In the meantime, Virginia is over there and Christy comes home. You know what I'm saying? The kids is, you know, all off the hook and all of that kind of stuff. And Christy's sitting up there with her little frumpy dress on and everything. And they, you know, they like, oh my God, you know what the hell is going on? Y'all, let me tell you. What are you saying? That's right, y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. There ain't a lot of people out here, but daggone it, we going to do it. All right? I'm glad for you all that's out here. So look, so the damn family, you know, they all, you know, Bo is like, he has to follow the rules of the house. So he's got to homeschool the kids. They show him the next day he washing the dogs. Every day they all get up and they do a 4-mile run. So they, you know, he gets up after he's done all his chores in the house. We see him washing the little dogs, all the little puppies and all of that kind of stuff. And, you know, so he comes out with his little, you know, workout gear on because he's ready to go with the little kids. And so, you know, when so, you know, they give him a drink and say, you know, you got to drink this before you can go on the run. And he was like, what is it? And they was like, you know, what's that, kombucha or whatever you call that stuff. And so he drinks it. It's nasty as hell. And then they make him eat a bowl of sauerkraut. Now, I don't know what the hell the sauerkraut was for, but he had to eat that too, right? So then next thing you know, they see him out there and they running. For them, that's fun. That's an exciting time of the day because they don't get to do nothing else, all right? They got a big-ass swimming pool in the back of their house, and I don't know why, because who's enjoying it with a mother like that? You know what I'm saying? Maybe when she's bringing the Joneses over and, you know, trying to show off or whatever the hell she does, maybe that's when she, you know, okay. So basically, he runs, you know, he takes them one and run with them, you know, and he got to sit down on the daggone, you know, curb because he tied it in a mofo. He said he feel like he about to puke, you know, and the kids think it's funny and everything. And I'm saying, how in the hell is the kids thinking that this is funny, that this man is tired like this? And they said, you know, how out of shape he is and all of that kind of stuff. When little Grant, little stomach rolls is showing. And I'm like, you know, Grant, come on now. You got a damn inner tube. Come on now. Your inner tube is half full, bitch. You can't be sitting up there talking about nobody or laughing. The father basically had already given him his chores for the day and left out the house because that's what he do. So, you know, meantime, on the other side of town, Virginia is outside with the kids. You know, they playing and everything. The mother was like, you know, basically they just play all day. So, you know, the kids are playing. They saying sassy, nasty little stuff to her. You know what I'm saying? They all off the coof. Don't have no damn home training. Don't know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable for them to say to a mofo. It's not acceptable for the kids to say all the little stuff that they were saying, but they were saying it. Then, you know, she goes up there to water the plants that's up on the deck, and the kids come. They get to shooting, you know, water guns, and next thing you know, they full-fledged drenching this woman with a water hose. These little boys are like, God, like what, 5 and 8 or something like that, out of God. Y'all, when I tell y'all these little kids is out of control, when y'all go back and look at this episode, they are out of control. The Bo says that he believes that rules are made to be broken. Bitch, you didn't have no rules in your household for your kids to break. You didn't have no rules in that household. Them little mofos is off the chain. They doing whatever the hell they want to do up in that household. Do you understand what I'm saying? And they think that it's just all fun. So basically, the contrast between the two families is that they both need to have just a little bit of, you know, what the other one has. Both of them, you know, they have fun over here to the extreme and everything over here is serious. When Bo sits down with the kids and asks the kids about their life, you know, he said when he came in, his impression with the kids, he was like, y'all are the most quietest children I've ever heard in my life. Like, none of them talk. They don't do anything. You know, they just live this little sad-ass little life that the mother, you know, has provided. She always wants to say, I'm the sole teacher. I'm the sole provider. I'm the sole this, I'm sole that. And so, you know, basically she resents the fact probably that her husband has a damn life and that he gets to get out of the house. So basically, we go over to Virginia, and Virginia is trying to, you know, deal with this family. So they sit down for dinner. And, you know, because Virginia is a health nut and all of that kind of stuff, she had already scooped their little cabinets out and was like, oh, my God, how can somebody give their kids this kind of stuff? You can see that it was like peanuts and little Fruit Loops and, you know, just the average stuff that Americans, you know, give to their children. But she really had a problem with it because she was like, you know, this is basically killing the kids. So when they sat down for dinner, the mom had a little chicken nuggets and french fries. Virginia said, oh, hell to the no. I ain't eating that. I'm not eating that, and I'm not eating anything tonight. Now, why Chrissy didn't ask her if she wanted a salad from McDonald's, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But I was like, bitch, you could at least ate a salad. But you know what? She decided, I'm not going to eat anything because I just think it's unhealthy. So then after that, you know, the families now got to switch. They have to play by the rules. Bo wants to bring fun and family time into the Brenner household. And so, you know, basically, he has a night. It's a family night where they all going to go and play video games. So he gives all of them a controller. He sets the television up, and he has cheese puffs and Doritos and all of that kind of stuff. The kids are guilty for eating the stuff, even though they were enjoying it. They felt totally guilty about it because they were like, this is not what we do. You know, they are regimented They have this regimen that the mother has created for them, and fun is not an equation. These children believe that you cannot even accomplish anything in life unless you are working hard for it and you eliminate fun. Bitch, I have fun, and then I have times when I'm serious, but you cannot eliminate fun out of your life. Now, you got to make sure that, you know, you handle both of them. You got to even balance, but these children were guilty. After a while, they really were enjoying it, and the father came down and was enjoying it with them. He also, Mr. Brenner also went on to say that, you know, at one point, his name is Dwight. Dwight went on to say at one point he was a gamer. He used to play it, but he played it excessively. And, you know, he was, I guess, addicted to it. But who told you that you was addicted to it? Virginia? Did Virginia tell you you were addicted to it? You can have that Dwight, poor Dwight. He was such a little wimp. I mean, he was a biatch, okay? I don't know why he didn't swap, but he was a straight jelly back, no backbone having, okay. Meanwhile, in between time, Virginia comes down and she's like, here are the new rules. Mama, you can get up off your ass and you gonna help with stuff. You also gonna start feeding your children some healthier foods. Chicken nuggets and french fries is not what these little children need. And they need some discipline. They need to exercise. They need to work out. They need to do this. They need to do that. Christy goes in the room and that ass is crying, okay? Doing her confession, talking about she was mommy shaming her. No, bitch, she's not mommy shaming you. You should be embarrassed and humiliated that your children are that fucking bad. That's how bad your children are. As a mother, because you're a school teacher and you're taking care of other people's children, doesn't give you the right to tap out on your own damn kids. You need to have enough energy when you come home from school to love your family. Or you need to stay your ass back at home. Now, your husband swapped with you because you said that you wanted to have this life outside of the home. You wanted to be a school teacher. But at the same time, boo, you birthed two little boys. Two little rambunctious boys, okay? Bad as hell. And you're not spending any time with them. They show her with the kids and they sitting up there playing video games and the kids are saying all kinds of disrespectful stuff to her. Now, they calling it bantering back and forth, but that's not bantering. Because you have to know the difference between when you joking with your parents and when you not. And you just two little boys and you need to... So Virginia goes up into her cabinets. She pulls out some syrup. She was like, this got fructose in it and this got this in it and you got vegetable oil in here. Everything, you know, with vegetable oil basically is going to kill your ass in 5 seconds. As soon as your kids eat anything that's fried with this damn vegetable oil, them bitches is going to curl up like the wicked witch of the east, and the house fell on their asses, okay? They basically dying and they're going to be diabetic and some more stuff. I said, what the hell? You know, she pulls out something else out the cabinet. So Virginia was she was a bit much, but she wasn't mommy shaming. She doesn't have any balance because Virginia is so miserable in her own life. She's an extreme person. Something the hell has happened to Virginia to make Virginia be this kind of person. This bitch is a bitch, okay? And she's an extreme bitch, okay? So Christine, you know, she makes a milkshake and everything for the kids. The other little boy didn't want to be bothered with it at all. But the youngest boy, he loved hearing the sound of the mixer. So they gave him a straw and everything. He sticks a straw in the mixer. No, bitch, use a cup for him. Give him a little cup. I don't know how in the hell people do stuff like that, but I think that that's nasty. But anyway, I digress. So the little boy, you know, sucks out of it. He said, I don't like it. And so the other little boy wouldn't drink it at all. So Christy was like, look, we are living on a budget around this mofo, okay? We just spent all this money. We got a tight budget for our groceries. We just spent all this money on this stuff for these shakes, and my kids don't like it. And I still, at the end of the day, I got to feed them because I'm not sending my kids to be hungry as hell. One thing about America, here in America, it is cheaper to eat unhealthy than it is to eat healthy. And that's why a lot of Americans don't eat healthy. Because it really is cheaper to go to the store and buy a pack of hot dogs than it is for you to go and buy a salad or a fruit, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, avocados. That stuff is more expensive. So a lot of families do lean, towards using a quick thing. And then some families are just really busy. They don't have the time, and they may stop off at the, McDonald's occasionally. But here in the United States, it is much more cheaper for you to eat unhealthy than it is for you to eat healthy. So basically, Virginia tries to have the little boys exercise. They don't want to do it. Then they go out into the woods because, Virginia believes that everything is a learning experience, that you can learn from everything. Christy was pushing back because she didn't want to be in the woods. She didn't think that her boys would like it. But the boys absolutely enjoyed it because Virginia really did make it a learning experience for the little boys. And little boys are, they're curious by nature, and they need to have something to tunnel that energy. And that's why they was bad as fuck, because they really didn't have anything to, to tunnel that, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, in the meantime, and in between time, over in the Brenner household, Bo and Dwight, they bonding. He has a little shooting game for the kids with the kids, and they fighting against their dad. And Dwight loves it. So later on that night, Dwight and Bo decide that they're going to play pool together. And this is when they really start having that heart-to-heart talk about what is going on with him and why he's spending so much time out of the household. Because the children, Dwight was saying that he does not have he wants to spend more time with the children, and he wants to do more things with them as a family. But, he doesn't have a lot of ideas. The kids was like, no, we have a lot of ideas, Dad. You just don't make the time. He goes, Bo really wants to get down to the bottom of it because, at this point, they talking man to man. And he makes a decision, to tell him that, he and his wife are not that close, and how much he really does love his wife, but he doesn't believe that she believes that it's hot as hell in here with that oven going. And he really does not, he knows that she really does not believe that he really does love her. And so, Bo was like, y'all have to do date time. And you got to do stuff without the children, because Dwight was saying he don't remember the last time that he did anything without the damn kids. And so, he starts crying and everything like that, because, he really now at this point has tapped in to his emotions and what really is going on in his household. In the meantime and in between time, Christy's still over there feeling like a damn victim while her kids is flipping off the furniture and stuff. I'm going to tell you, oh my God. So anyway, now it's time for the families to come back together. And when they come back together, they all sit at the table and they talk about, what the hell just happened and, how everything going. And so basically, Bo basically tells Virginia, you a bitch. Okay? You's a straight up bitch. She's sitting up there. And her husband, she finally realizes that her children are happy. But she don't give a damn about that. Bo said, you need to find time for your children to enjoy their life, because these years that you have with them is going to be over very quickly. She said, well, how can I teach them? I'm the sole teacher. I am the sole teacher in the house. And Bo was like, you know what? Stop calling yourself a teacher. You're their mother. She has exchanged that hat. She hasn't, she's just out of touch like a mother. Okay? So basically, they going back and forth, and Christy says that she felt like, she was, being wife shamed. What the hell? You know what? Here's the thing. People are always talking about all this shaming. Fat shaming. Wife shaming. Husband shaming. No, it's a mofo that has... We got to stop it with all this sensitivity crap. Bitch, she telling you the truth. Stop feeding your kids McDonald's every day. It's not healthy for them. Now, was the bitch extreme? Was Virginia extreme? Yes, she was. But at the same time, she ain't wife shaming you. Bitch, she telling you what you need to do, and you need to spend more time with your kids. If I had my child in her class and I saw her ass on television, I would be pulling my child out. Because if you can't take care of your own children, I'd be goddamn if you're going to be trying to teach mine anything. Excuse me, Mr. or Mrs. Principal, I want my child out her class. Because you cannot negate. And how are you going to teach something that you don't know your damn self? Okay. So anyway, Virginia, you know, her husband, Dwight, you know, Bo gets a little, you know, off with her. And, you know, she was like, I'm not changing anything. I am good. My life is perfect. And we're not having fun. Because how do I teach and train my children and then give them an hour of video games? You train and teach your children and then you give them an hour of video games. That's what you do. It's all about balance. Dwight had already told Bo that he wanted to incorporate fun into his children's lives. The children felt guilty as hell for having fun. Even when Virginia came home, the children was like, we have fun, but now we tired. Because they knew that the mother was not going to accept the fact that they really did enjoy spending time with their father, who has been gone all the time, who barely spends any time in the house, and especially time with his family. Dwight sat at the table and told Virginia that he really does love her and he wants to take the time to show her that he does. And she said, I will take pleasure in that. At the end of the swap, they go back to their own families and everything, and the kids are happy to see both of the parents. They gave a status. The Mcmillian family decided that they are going to start a healthy regimen in their home. They have incorporated not only fun, but they've incorporated exercise. Bo even made an obstacle course for the kids to do. They said that they are incorporating healthy foods into their children's diet. In the meantime, over at the Brenners' house, Dwight and Virginia filed for divorce. Yes, those bitches filed for divorce. They indicated that they are with new people and that they are happy and they think that this is the best thing that ever happened to their asses. Because she wasn't going to change. And Dwight was such a weak man, such a jellyback man, that I'm sure that Virginia took him for everything he got, including the drawers on his ass. I don't know how he's dating anybody unless the bitch is richer than him. The thing about him is he was an absent father. He had checked the hell out. Virginia was comfortable with not even spending time with him, and he was comfortable with not spending time with her. He was the breadwinner in the household, and that is the position that he took. And Virginia, being as aggressive as she was, had already convinced him that he had no self-worth as it related to his family, and that's my opinion. Bo, you need to discipline your children. He said that he goes out to stores and people cannot believe the way that his children act in the street. I could believe that because I couldn't believe how the mofos acted at home. Y'all, that is my review on WIFESWAP. I'm going to be coming back in about an hour and giving you all a review on, I'm going to be giving you all a review on WIFESWAP Season 1, Episode 2, because that came on and I missed it. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all go out and look at Paramount TV WIFESWAP.